The digital space that the internet provides spans far and wide, that something could be a hot topic in one part of the world while unheard of in another. Imagine the deep sea where only a few percent of it has been explored by humanity because we haven't grasped yet how deep it could get. That's almost the same thing as the internet. While we can access most of it, it's doubtful that anyone has the time to explore every nook and cranny of it. That is why regulating this vast digital space has been a never-ending debate as the government tries to enforce laws and regulations regarding it. Welcome back to our channel. We're here yet again to keep you posted on the latest tech news. People have been divided on whether the government should loosen or tighten its hold on the internet since the boundaries of digital freedom are not yet clear as day. But should it be black and white as people treat it? Are these laws going to be for the good of all internet users, or are they just furthering a hidden agenda of the government? This discussion has been fueled by the filing of the Online Safety Bill just this November 29, 2022 in the UK Parliament. The bill vouches for the regulation of communications offences, which people have been keeping an eye on among the other parts of the bill because they fear that this might compromise their freedom of speech on the internet. But before we dive into it, how about letting us know what you think about this whole fiasco? Do you think the Online Safety Bill will be for the betterment of everyone's internet experience? What do you think will happen if the Parliament manages to pass the bill? Let us know in the comments down below. If you're not sure about the answers to those questions, why don't we give you a hand? Of course, we're going to have to give you a quick rundown of what the Online Safety Bill is. The current version of the bill that's been published in the official website of the Parliament has numerous sections of concerns over internet safety. The bill has proposed a safer digital space for children by making sure that dangerous content cannot be accessed by them during their stay on the internet. The bill has also stated that internet services and search engines will be held accountable for making their spaces a better place where harmful content cannot be accessed by users. These internet services include social media platforms and any other services that are made available through the internet. While companies such as Meta and Google do have a department that moderates content, it seems that the Parliament does not think it is enough to ensure internet safety to its users. These regulations will be enforced by media watchdog Ofcom along with other commissioners from the Parliament. But a section of the bill that has really alarmed internet users is the discussion of communications offenses. People have deemed it vague and way too broad. They fear that the regulations set forth in the bill will overstep the state of freedom of speech on the internet. In the section of communications offenses, it's been said that if a user has caused psychological distress to another user, then it would be considered as a violation. Consequently, anyone who commits such a violation would be liable to imprisonment or a fine, or even both. This section of the bill has been controversial right off the bat, as people have been claiming that it will threaten the preservation of freedom of speech in the digital world. But before you can jump to conclusions or be mad about these regulations that the government wants to impose, why don't you take some deep breaths, relax, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so we can let you know when our next video drops. Now, going back, apparently not everyone is against the bill, as some have even stated that people are watering it down because of one section. Ian Russell, a father of a teenager who took her own life because of cyberbullying, stated in an interview that it's a dangerous perception to only see the bill as a violation of freedom of speech, as it also protects users from harmful contents. Ever since her daughter's passing away, he has been spearheading advocacies for stricter internet regulations. A few other critics are pushing for the bill to pass, as they think that it's finally time for harmful internet users and tech companies to take accountability. However, because of the backlash that the bill has received, British lawmakers promise to revise some parts of it. Although critics have been arguing that this move will weaken the bill and that they're only appeasing the tech companies so that they won't be accountable for content moderation. But despite these complaints about the British lawmakers loosening the bill, they have already made revisions and did not oblige social media platforms to remove harmful but legal content anymore. But why are internet users making such a fuss even though the bill is still going through revisions? This is mostly because internet freedom has been a sensitive topic for a long time. The intervention of the government might be because there is too much liberty being exercised on the internet. This liberty becomes an excuse for crimes to happen under the noses of authorities, for age-inappropriate content to reach children who have access to their devices, for libelous statements to be published for many users to see, and other unimaginable things that threaten the safety of internet users. But despite this, some users are still not comfortable with the government enforcing rules and regulations on the internet. This might be because they have seen what some governments do with their power over user control in digital spaces. For instance, the Chinese government wants to jail those who have been liking the posts about the protests on their extreme COVID restrictions. While this is unlikely to happen in the UK, people still think that the parliament strengthening their user control is an obstruction to their internet freedom. Because controlling the internet is a very touchy subject, some users can't help but be paranoid that this small step being taken by the parliament could branch out to bigger regulations in digital spaces. Likewise, in a physical space, most people are just not comfortable with authorities watching their every move, especially the government in this case. The internet has been a free space for people to express themselves and consume a wide range of content, so it's definitely understandable that users are protective of that freedom. It's not too late to think that there is still a silver lining to all of this. If the parliament truly knows what they are doing, this bill could help a lot to ensure that there could be better internet safety in the future. The bill is still in the works, and they still have plenty of revisions to apply, hence the tedious process. Surely, they will not be establishing regulations that would compromise the internet freedom that users currently have, because if they did, they should be prepared for some extreme backlash. While fearing that the UK government might obstruct the freedom of internet users is reasonable to an extent, it's still better to try not to amplify misinterpretations while the bill has not yet passed into law. We're sad to say goodbye, but we're afraid that's it for today's video. But before you leave, why don't you check out our other videos by clicking on the button above. Check out our other videos for the latest news about the Twitter chaos or the massive tech company layoffs. And lastly, if you want to know more about the latest tech news, make sure to hit like, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to keep you posted. Thank you for watching.